Hi, this is Reverend Joy again, and I have a quick message that I'd like to tell you about. I saw something about the Ankh symbol and why it's considered the eternal life cross that I felt I really wanted to share. You see, in the symbol of the Ankh, the cross with the loop at the top, Mother is found there. The symbol, the shape, follows the pattern of female reproductive parts: a full womb, ovary on each side, and birth canal below. I was drawn to this symbol when I was younger. I was a teenager. I drew it and painted the symbol on tie-dye shirts. I wore earrings with the Ankh symbol. And now I keep an Ankh symbol throughout the house as a simple reinforcement that mothers, motherhood, and children are important. Because we live in a world that doesn't value mothers and children. If there's not a, well, it's because of what happens in the womb. See, our souls are knitted to our bodies at the moment of conception. If you are very, very sensitive, you will feel the flutter of the soul as it finds its place. And why are children important? It is because children carry the future. Children carry on the genes of their parents. They carry history. They carry a lot. And because children are so very important, they need the energy of love at conception, not lust. In 2018, too many people think only that the father matters. Without the mother, how can children be born? Women were given the role with the womb to parent children. It takes both a mother and father. And while I'm not going to argue about gay rights, because technically I support gay rights, because of a conversion to a certain religion, I lost a relationship I had with one of my favorite uncles. And I wish he hadn't stopped talking to me because of that. Because he had an adopted son with his husband, and I would have loved to have gotten to know him and for him to know my sons. I don't feel that there should be a barrier to love, because there are children on this earth who don't have anyone and they deserve the right to be adopted. I don't believe in abortion because that flutter of soul is there at conception. So, yes, if you should hear this message, value mothers and children. Mothers need positive energy and respect and love, whether there's a man in the household, whether they're single, widowed, divorced, same thing. And in return, I would like to ask mothers to act accordingly. Keep your actions respectable at all times. This is how other women and children can benefit from your life. Just because there's one bad mother, no one should think all mothers are bad. The world needs the energy of nurturing and loving mother to heal humanity. In the U.S., Christians are used to obeying a father, but the Divine Mother is almost forgotten. Only Mother Mary is remembered. Only Christ is remembered of all of her children. My life's journey has been rediscovering the goddess and honoring her in myself and the world around me. Mother energy has been hurt so extremely by the era of Kali Yuga. I feel that Divine Mother asks to be heard, to be received with compassion and kindness. We live in the book of Revelation, and I feel the time to heal divisions within humanity is running short. I can't imagine that we would have a creator, one creator for all of humanity, a mother and father that would want all of us as brothers and sisters to fight about anything. I feel that humanity is supposed to survive beyond the era of Kali Yuga. Because you see, humanity is every bit as eternal as our divine creators. Our bodies don't live forever, but our souls do. We are patterned after our divine mother and father because we are eternal just as they are. Now that I'm, well, quite old, I choose not to be around places, situations that don't support love and respect at all times for mothers. I did not ask to be a single mother, but divorced mother. But I could not control anything that happened once I had felt that moment of that soul when I conceived. I'm not proud to say that I'm divorced because I only divorced because my husband lived in another country. And I didn't have the money to afford a divorce. It was 5 to 10,000 for an attorney just because he was there and I was here. But I wanted to be able to buy a house for my sons and I. And it was important for me because they have the traits of autism spectrum. And if we did not have a house, they were not at peace in noisy apartments with people coming and going. They were uncomfortable. And I also intended them to have the house available so they'd always have a roof over their head after I die. But yes, and the case with most good mothers, my best plans were damaged by the adversary. Intent towards me as a mother caused great hurt, shame, bad intentions combined with bad actions of others. Well, those things, they cause karma and suffering in the world. So be careful what your intentions are, as well as watch your actions. It is the intent behind every action you do that will have consequences on your soul. I have been out of work for too long. So we've been suffering with major, well, a major house repair that I can't do. I don't have the resources to fix it. Although I should. I've been at the same but I don't take it personally. I couldn't have prevented it anyway. And it's true. I've always put my children first. They got new clothes and new shoes before I did. I bought from the thrift store and used off eBay. And yes, I do miss some thrift stores that have lived in other cities where their dollar days were brand new items. I am not into hair, makeup, expensive clothing, expensive purses. Not even into jewelry, really. Only because I wanted those resources for my children after I became a mother. So I hope that this gives you some insight and a forgotten little part about the Ankh symbol that, well, it predates Christianity. It's not used in the religion of my choice, that's Hinduism. But the goddess is shown there. The Ankh symbol in Egyptian religion has a place too. And I feel that all paths do lead to God. And I do feel that, well, God is playing a trick on us. He put a little bit of knowledge in every religion to see if we could work together and please our Father and Mother in order for us to let humanity live. So now you know. Oh, really important. My perspective is for all mothers, even if things didn't go perfect, I want you to know that you do need more respect in the world. And if you're listening to this, I challenge you to pay attention to mothers with more agape, unconditional love, and compassion instead of judgment. And you can find this by looking in any set of scriptures for clues to treat women. For example, in the Bible, consider the pattern of Adam and Eve. Remember the mother of us all found there. What would Eve do? How would Adam treat Eve? In the Vedas, the simplest quote says the most. Where there is respect for women, there will be the presence of the divine. And for my sons, I hope that they listen to this. I want them to act accordingly. Although they didn't have a father in the house, I want them to know that I expect them to be respectful to the women in their life. And for all of you listening, if you're having sex just for sex sake, please get yourself sterilized. It is easier for men because it's more reversible. You don't have to have a big drawn out surgery. It's something that can be done in a doctor's office. And I would think for men, this will protect you from having, yes, false child support claims. Those happen. I haven't done one, but those apparently happen. And women, if you sterilize yourself, you can focus on a career. You can focus on work. You can make a lot of money to buy all that bling jewelry and expensive things you want. And that way, you have time. Your children are not a burden. They are more blessings because when you've made the money and you can pay to have the surgery, to conceive a child in a lab or elsewhere, your child will feel probably more valuable than mine. But I still love my children the same. I put my children first. And if you have children, whether you're a mother, whether you're a father, put your children first. My perspective is my own. I didn't never intend to create a situation where I would incite feelings of hate or jealousy. I lived simply. I worked hard. I followed the commandments. I lived as a widow would after my husband left, but it mattered nothing for people who judged me faulty. So, yes, I do want you to consider more than just one thing. I know a lot of people look at the children of single mothers or minority mothers, Black mothers, and they just picture sex. They don't picture love. They don't value life just because someone's a single mother. But I want everyone to remember that Ankh symbol. It is eternal life, and we are all here on one world. And if we cannot remember to share that gift of life, respect, agape, and compassion to other humans, God will just hit that reset button like He has so many times in the history of humanity. Because I feel that we have probably been here for as long as Earth has existed. So that's all I really have to say. I hope that you were able to understand me despite my sore throat. I hope that my words will bring you understanding and help ignite a desire to treat others better in remembrance of our mother. We have a divine mother. She loves us, and our divine mother and father want us home. And we do that only when we treat all other humans that share our space with respect, with love, with kindness. All those things are free. And I know it can be a little troublesome for, yes, my sons, but they have a deeper compassion even if they can't express it. So I hope that this message will leave you feeling well and that it will open your mind to a different ways of seeing the world. And I wish you peace and love. And this has been Reverend Joy. Good night.